It's already May 2023, and the housing market has felt like we've done a complete 180 today from the beginning of the year. Today, I'm going to cover with you 3 key topics. Number 1, where are interest rates right now and where are they going? Number 2, what do you need to know about the housing market and how it's reacting right now? And number 3, where are some opportunities in the housing market if you're considering investing, whether at BC or anywhere else across the country? So let's get with it, shall we? Hey guys, it's Alex McFadden here with Flow Mortgage Company. And again, we're going to start by talking about what's on everyone's mind right now. What the heck is happening with interest rates? It's been a bit of a roller coaster year so far, with everything from rates hitting the complete top of the chain to almost like a rock bottom when the SVB bank collapsed in March of this year. Well, it's been a really interesting couple of months since the SVB bank collapse. We saw the bond market rally and increase, followed by a couple of dips back up and down. And it just seems at this point right now like things are going to continue like that over the course of the year. Now, what does this have to do with interest rates? Well, the reality is fixed rates are based on what's happening in the bond yield. So as we see the potential of US banking collapses, we will likely see bond yields come down, which could drive fixed rates down. So why are the banks offering more aggressive interest rates right now? Well, there's a number of reasons. And one of those reasons is the lack of consistency. Because we haven't seen interest rates start to settle down and we haven't really seen the impact of the inflation cooling down for a long enough time, the banks are going to continue to hold steady, at least for the near future. Once we've seen inflation start to really cool down over the course of at least 3 to 4 months, and we see the markets cool off in other economic areas, we will likely see the bonds start to come down, which means fixed rates will come down. Now, for most on the variable rate side, we're hearing that it'll be the end of the year that the Bank of Canada will continue or consider the possibility of lowering interest rates. In the United States, we just saw, for example, the Fed, which is the US equivalent of the BOC, actually increase rates, but only by 0.25%. And while they didn't say that they were paused or done, they did actually say that it's a very good chance that they're closer to the top than they are for the bottom. And this is good news for Canada because it generally means that we're going to follow suit and likely see a decrease before another increase. Hold tight because I think we still have a little bit of an interesting year. So what does this mean for the housing market? The housing market itself has had a really interesting year. I feel like it's been 2 years in one, almost like 2022, but the opposite. In January, everyone was timid to get into the market. People were still nervous and they weren't making offers. Fast forward to March and we started to see things really heat up and pick up. In March and April, we saw more mortgage applications than we had seen in the last 2 months combined, and the pre-approvals were really starting to pick up. What we've actually seen since then is house prices increase almost at a dramatic clip, 5% in some areas and 10% in other areas. And this really depends on the type of product that you're looking for, but we have seen an increased demand. On the flip side, there's been a lack of supply. There's not enough houses available for the people looking to purchase. So if you're a prospective homebuyer, what does this really mean for you? Well, the first thing is know your finances, because if you were pre-approved a year ago, your qualification has likely changed. The second thing is banks are being more tight on guidelines than they've ever been in the past, which doesn't mean you can't qualify, but you need to talk to us in advance. The third thing is if you're concerned about house prices crashing, well, it's very unlikely that that's actually going to happen. Given where things are at right now, it looks like we're on for a rebound and we could see house prices increase throughout the course of the year. Now, most predictions suggest that when we see rates come down is the moment that house prices really start to move up. And most suggestions are, as we discussed earlier in this video, that that'll happen towards the end of this year. So if you're looking to buy, it could be a great time. And specifically, if you're a seller, it's a fantastic time. Let's move on to topic number 3. For all you folks out there who are wondering, where are the investment opportunities? Well, there's actually quite a few that are beginning to expose themselves, but it also depends on a few questions. So you should ask yourself, what type of investment am I looking for? Is it a long-term hold? Am I doing a renovation and renting it out, a flip, or something else, perhaps a short-term rental? This will help you to define what you're looking for. Some interesting areas of opportunity have been exposing themselves, such as the Calgary market. There's been a great return on investment with multiple opportunities in the multi-home space. And in addition to that, just generally speaking, the housing market really starting to move. Rental rates are increasing and there's a lot of signs that Calgary could be a good long-term play. Now, don't sleep on the rest of Alberta, specifically Edmonton and surrounding areas, which continue to be good investment opportunities as far as value of prices. Closer to home in British Columbia, if you're looking for investments, there are some great opportunities in areas such as the Okanagan, depending on the nature of what you're looking to do. Specifically, if you have more money to purchase a property that has a good lot that can be rezoned, potentially built down the road, or if you're interested in looking at something short-term, there's some unique opportunities in those cities. In the Fraser Valley and in Vancouver, the changes in regards to basement suites and lot zoning has led to unique opportunities for people who have larger pockets. For those who don't, you can still look east into the valley, whether it be Agassiz, Hope, or Chilliwack, where rental rates are still very high and house prices haven't really started to come up. Now, that's not all the opportunities that are available, but of course, as you can imagine, there is a lot out there. Closer to home at Flow Mortgage Co, our team has been growing. We've implemented new technologies to help our clients, and we're excited to getting back to doing events, giveaways, webinars, and more education. So if you're interested in this type of education or information, hit that subscribe button and stay tuned for more.